Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Monday, the 28th of February, 2022. So viewers, I always encourage you to share our live stream tonight. YouTube, Facebook, click our link. You would know when we go live. Share our live stream so others may know about Real Talk with Saieed Ali. As we start off our program tonight, viewers, condolences to the family. 4 families who are today mourning for their sons. Mourning for their sons. I don't want to use the word that they have died because we are not sure. We are not sure about that. Miracles could happen. They could be in the pipe, yes. They could have a faint life in them still. But nevertheless, we are hoping for miracles. So that is why I will not use the word mourning the lost. I would not say that as yet. Hopefully before the night is over, we will hear some word. So, after 2 days of searching for the 4 members of the underwater maintenance crew, Paria Fuel Trading Company has almost given up hope of finding them alive and now moves to recover their bodies. During a press conference, Paria said, "The recovery operation will begin today by using a water displacement method to move the bodies out of the 30-inch submarine pipeline." Paria General Manager Mustaq Mohammed stated that members determined it was too risky to send divers to attempt rescue operations without first determining the condition in the pipeline. He stated that based on advice from all the experts, the operation moved from rescue to recovery. Listen to this.
Following on from what Colin just described, Paria is currently moving from a rescue operation to a recovery operation. And this is based on the available expert advice from the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard and a number of commercial diving experts that were consulted. It was determined that we now have an intolerable risk to send divers down into the pipeline to attempt rescue operations without first determining the conditions in the pipeline. Over the period since the incident began, a number of technologies were used, including cameras and underwater crawlers, to determine the pipeline and the conditions within it.
Now viewers, Mohammed added that there was no concrete evidence that the men were dead. That is why I did not say that the relative were mourning the lost. We have to be careful with our words. Miracles do happen. They could be in the pipeline, in an air pocket, and have a slim chance inside there. They have life in their bodies, but they are not dead. Now, but the information collected indicated that the probability of survivors was very low. He said the risk of rescuing was also high and intolerable.
Information we had, the probability of survival was very low, and the risk of rescue was high or intolerable. This decision was not an easy decision, and it was made in consultation with all our stakeholders, the incident management team, including our contractor, LMCS, the Coast Guards, diving experts, engineering experts, and Paria's engineering team. decision was made after careful consideration to two key factors. Number one being the extremely low likelihood of survival, and number two being the risk of placing human life in danger in furtherance of a rescue objective.
So viewers, the incident happened Friday around 2:30, where Christopher Budram, Faisal Kuban, Rishi Nagasar, Yusuf Henry, and Kazem Ali Jr., all employed of private contractors from LMCS Limited, were conducting an underwater maintenance exercise at the number 36 Sea Line Rise on berth number 6 at the company's Point-à-Pied facility. An incident occurred which sucked them into the pipeline. Ali Jr. is the son of LMCS Managing Director Kazem Ali. Now, Budram was recovered in the pipeline, and until today, he remained in a stable condition at the San Fernando General Hospital. Now, there are also claims that he is COVID-19 positive, but we'll just have to wait and see what is taking place with that. Now, Terminal Operation Manager Colin Piper was questioned on different methods used in the retrieving the men and how did they know that the 4 men were still in the pipe. However, he stated that even though with the use of a borescope, they were unable to locate the men. Listen to this.
We did attempt, and we sent in a borescope, we sent in a crawler to gather information. At that time, with best efforts, we were unable to actually see the men. We were not able to go more than 100, 150 feet into the pipeline. This pipeline is approximately 1,200 feet long, and it was difficult. Up to this time, we weren't able to determine exactly where along the pipeline the men are.
So are we sure they're in the pipeline?
Based on discussions with Mr. Christopher Budram, he indicated that the men are in the pipeline.
So now viewers, we have discovered something, and it's very, very, I would say, fishy. But listen to this, he also was questioned on the method of recovery and plans of when this will take place.
Excuse me if I'm a bit repetitive. You said you send cameras and use different methods to locate the men. You'll have an idea of where they are. Now, you'll have sent in cameras in the pipeline. Are we sure that they're inside there? What is guiding your search location?
Right. So we did attempt, and we sent in a borescope, we sent in a crawler to gather information. At that time, with best efforts, we were unable to actually see the men. We were not able to go more than 100, 150 feet into the pipeline. This pipeline is approximately 1,200 feet long, and it was difficult. Up to this time, we weren't able to determine exactly where along the pipeline the men are.
So here it is. Here it is. And here is where this sounds fishy. Budram was recovered in the pipeline, and until today he remained in a stable condition at San Fernando General Hospital. There are also claims that he is COVID-19 positive. So here it is. When you're on land, before you board that chopper or a boat or a barge, you have to be COVID-19 free. You have to be COVID-19 free. Follow me closely. He went out. Problem arise. They found him. He have COVID. How did that happen? How did that happen? Now, I was in Petrochin compound last night till probably about after 12 last night. And I was talking to the dad of Yusuf Henry. I was there till probably about 12:15 last night. And he said to me, he said, Saeed, he said, in a situation like this, I have to be strong. 3 sons he lost, 3 sons in a matter of months. And we probably talked for about a little more than an hour. I mean, it's not much I could say. It's not much I could say. But what I told him was to just be strong and trust in God. So hear this. Minister of Energy, Stuart Young, has admitted to gaps in the way Paria Fueling Trading Company Limited handled the missing divers. I must applaud the Energy Minister for making this statement. He was speaking at a conference this morning to give an official update on the unfolding situation, question on emergency plans, and if Paria did enough to rescue the 4 men. Young stated that there may be gaps in the system, but it was not cause for speculation. Listen to this.
The answer is, from where I stand and looking on, it appears as though there may be gaps in the system, but again, it is not for speculation. I too saw what was being said by the brave diver who went in and got Mr. Budram out. He didn't go into the pipeline, but Mr. Budram was at the top of the pipeline.
He added that this is why there must be an independent investigation in order to identify what went wrong.
This is why there must be an independent investigation. This is why we're looking for expertise from 2 global multinationals who have expertise in these areas and all areas of oil and gas, because we need to identify what went on. There's no way any of us can do that on our own, and that is why this investigative committee will be tasked with the duty to find the facts and to find out exactly what it is went on and where there were gaps and these types of things, and to then report back to us, the population.
First, I must say, I will not believe in any report that is done independently in Trinidad and Tobago concerning this matter. I will not believe from page 1, the first letter, until page 100, the last letters or numbers. I will not believe it. I will not believe it. Not for 1 second that we would get the correct thing. That is my opinion. We need international investigators to come in and investigate the whole thing. First of all, you have to do security checks. I haven't heard anything from any safety officer, manager, or supervisor. Nothing about safety. If they were sucked into a pipe, they went in here. if you go in a pipe from on top here, and you are sucked into this pipe, I understand that the pipe was an L-shaped pipe, 1,200 feet long. So if you're sucked in from here, and you were pulled down 1,200 feet, where did that suction came from? Definitely not here. Definitely not from here. Not from on top here. You have to check if there's a valve at the other end of this 1,200 foot pipe. And if there's a valve on the other end, why didn't they cordon off that area willfully knowing that you're sending divers to see about a pipe? Who was on the other end of that pipe? And was anybody informed on the other end that there would be divers on this side? Where were the safety officers? You must have safety. He said that while attempting to dive and rescue the men, they were met with calls for permits and even had to wait for a shift change before they could proceed. Kuban also stated that after trying to rescue the 4 men, the line was capped and rescue divers were not allowed to enter. Listen to this.
When we came back, the manager, so-called manager, said, do not dive into the pipeline again. And I asked, who is the manager? Say that. Nobody didn't want to say the name. Close. Yeah. Right? Tell my men not to dive the pipeline again. Right? Then again, they bring the professional dive boat, Subsea Global, to use the commercial equipment, which was the right thing. But that was hours after. We still had time to save them, guys. Still had time. But you know what the orders they get? The orders they get was to plug the flange and block the divers from surfacing back up where we rescued the first man. Why would that order, why would you give an order like that and block the only entrance the fellas know to surface for help? Right? And I told them, do not block it. Let me send a commercial diver down with the proper lifeline and let me rescue them, guys. Again, the managers is the ones. Them is the dive expert. Them is the dive expert here. I don't know what kind of brain cells this man have.
So now, viewers, that was his view. Now listen Stuart Young's view. However, Stuart Young stated that his information and the information provided was that no such riser cap was put back on. Listen to this.
The gentleman who dived and got Mr. Budram. However, my information and the information provided to me, no such riser cap would have been put back on. As you all know, there was nobody that went back into the pipe after this unfortunate incident, apart from those divers, that diver who managed to get Mr. Budram out, which is what would have had to have happened for a riser cap. But again, I don't want to delve into any speculation, and I hope that the investigation will unearth all that actually happened, so we can then be provided with that information.
So here it is. Let me just step back a little bit. When Robert LaHunt was the Minister of Public Utilities, Robert LaHunt wanted to bring down a device, a scanner, that from in space, listen to this, you know, from in space, you could have looked on a system through the dirt to pick up where there is a leak in a pipeline concerning water. Now today, we have heard about oil companies doing X-rays online. When you do welding, arc welding on a pipe, you do X-ray. Does Paria Fueling have an X-ray department to locate these divers on a 1,200 feet long pipe? Do they have that system? They send down cameras. The cameras went approximately 100 feet into the pipeline. 100 feet. So leaving 1,100 feet unchecked. Unchecked. Let me tell you something. It's a serious thing, you know. This is a serious thing, you know. So we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to continue tonight, viewers.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at RealTalk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact RealTalk Group of Companies. We are conveniently located at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Or feel free to visit our newly opened branch at 132 Ciparo Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Watch your money grow at RealTalk Investment. Earn up to 2.5% interest on a 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670 or 242-7690. Our courteous staff will be happy to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
So welcome back, viewers. We have a caller. Caller, good night.
A very, very good evening to you, Mr. Saeed.
To you, my friend.
So with my experience offshore, to start with, for those who know me, I wasn't an engineer or anything. I wasn't working in a drill crew. I was in charge of the entire catering department and the accommodation on that 5-story building on the rig, right? But we had to go to various training just like everybody else. And use this opportunity to educate myself. And I'll tell you something. So the divers would have had training and working in confined spaces.
Yes.
And they had to be certified to work in confined spaces.
Correct. With the information I received last night, yes, they were experts.
Good. So before you undertake a hazardous task like this, there would be supposed to be a meeting with all the persons who will be actively taking part in the operation, the supervisors, the safety officer and whatnot.
I believe they call it a toolbox meeting.
Okay, so a toolbox meeting and this type is two different total things. Especially when you're working in confined space, is a more serious thing.
Yes.
Especially in underwater like that, in that pipe. Anyway, so they were supposed to have a permit to work.
Correct.
Which would be signed off by the seniors and the safety officer.
Well said.
All protocols and mitigation would have been discussed and put in place.
Correct.
Right? So apparently protocols and the whole host of things that they put in place to avoid or to minimize the risk of an incident or an accident wasn't properly followed.
Well, we should say that.
Wasn't followed at all. But here I would like, I am so saddened and upset. If I used to suffer high blood pressure, well, I'd be dead today. For the entire day I was upset about this because everything was handled just like the government. lackadaisical, laissez-faire, don't
Correct,
care.
well said.
Right? And this is this is people who have wife and children.
Correct, yes.
Family lives would have been dead. Family life going on. All manner of things happening here now. I mean, I'm so vexed that this is, forgive me. Anyway, so the opposition leader, Honorable Kamala Paspat Biswas, has called for an independent inquiry. And you hit the nail on the head, Mr. Said. We don't want nobody from Trinidad.
No independent.
investigating this. We need some foreign investigators from probably Houston or one of these, places to come and investigate this. Now, if the company is culpable and the protocols wasn't followed, it must be a class action lawsuit, and I want Kamala, his big senior counsel lawyer, to take up this matter on behalf of these people.
Yes.
And let it get millions to bring back their family life in order. I mean, they can bring back the loved one.
True.
Right? True. But most important and finally, the real reason for this independent investigation is so that it will have no cover-up. And if you do a true investigation, it means that you would have learned from your mistakes and you would have see, according to the minister who know nothing about nothing, you would have see your faults and your gaps and whatnot. So we have to do a complete review, put things in place so that this would never happen again, hopefully. I am so saddened, and my condolences goes out to this family, goes out. Oh my Lord. Saieed Ali, best have a great evening.
Thank you, my friend. Straight up. So viewers, info just in is that Paria Fueling and the families of the morning have lost the 4 divers. That is just confirmation that the 4 bodies are on a Coast Guard vessel as of now. So that is the latest. 3 bodies, my mistake, 3 bodies are on the vessel of a Coast Guard boat presently, and they have found 3 of the 4 bodies that were down here in the pipeline. So now viewers, now I can safely say condolences to the family, 3 families, where 3 divers lost their lives. So now viewers, this is where now international expertise is needed in Trinidad and Tobago. Because I will tell you something. A suction don't happen just like that. It don't happen just like that. Now, there is a lawyer. Last night, when I was there, I met with Philip Alexander. I met with Omar Abdullah. I met with Yusuf Dad. I met with a whole lot of people last night concerning the incident. And there is a lawyer that will pick up the matter. That individual, she is a that individual is a professional. But still, I want international investigation. Some individual from Houston to come down to Trinidad to investigate this. 3 of the 4 bodies were found. It is presently on a Coast Guard vessel. Wow, it's sad, boy. It really, really sad. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Saeed.
My friend.
Condolences goes out to the family.
Yes.
So, Saeed, listen to him. You see that guy in the hospital right now is alive? He parents better work with a private doctor and he test and take him out of there. The next thing you hear, he's dead with COVID and he can't say nothing.
But no, but caller, this
cover up.
Hear this now, this strange, you know.
Take him out of the hospital.
This strange.
Dead from COVID.
Thank you, my friend. This strange, you know. In order to go outside, you have to do a COVID test. You cannot go outside with COVID. So if he left land and went outside, As you went outside, you went down to work. Where did you get COVID? In the salt water? They are divers. They're in gears. How did he get COVID? Or allegedly get COVID, as they say. How come? So then, was safety protocols enforced? See, there's a lot of questions. You have many questions I could throw to you, and it will raise eyebrows. It will raise eyebrows. How come the area wasn't cordoned off? 1,200 feet. Point A is when you went down. What about who on the other end of point B? Was that other end secured to make sure that A valve don't open because at point A you have divers going down? That is in question. If there's a valve on the other end, who cracked the valve? Who cracked the valve on the other end that caused a suction? I tell you, watchman, last night I was talking to some specialists last night, you know. Some expertise in underwater diving and welding, you know. I tell him, all I feel is done. This ain't finishing here, you know. This ain't finishing here. But I will keep you updated. I will keep you up to date on it. Moving along, viewers, the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA, has informed the Ministry of Health of the first detected case of the Omicron sublineage BA2 in Trinidad and Tobago. The BA2 is one type of the Omicron variant of concerns in circulation in the world and therefore is now considered to be a new variant. The person who had no history of recent travel and knows no known contact with recent travelers. The ministry said in a statement, the case is still under epidemiological investigation. The presence of the BA2 Omicron sublineage was confirmed via gene sequencing at CARPHA's laboratory. So there's a new strain BA2 of the Omicron detected in Trinidad and Tobago, with the individual never leaving Trinidad nor in contact with any travelers that came into Trinidad. But hear this now. Health Minister Terence Zialsing have stated that TNT will be receiving 75,000 doses of Pfizer vaccine next week, as the current doses are now expired as of today, Monday, 28th February.
As you know, the Pfizer vaccines that we currently have in stock will be expiring on Monday, the 28th of February. We expect our first tranche of 75,000 sometime next week. We had a meeting with the authorities on Thursday, and it is going to come in sometime next week. As soon as we have flight details, we'll of course let you know.
Zialsing stated that from Tuesday 1st of March, Pfizer vaccine will be temporarily suspended from the vaccination program.
So what we have to do from Tuesday the 1st of March is temporarily suspend our Pfizer vaccination program. So all the centers have been alerted, all the county medical officers of health, all the CEOs, and we'll be pulling stock back from the system from around lunchtime on Monday. So we are just alerting the public that from Tuesday, the 1st of March, no Pfizer vaccine will be administered anywhere in Trinidad and Tobago, just for a couple of days, while we await the 75,000 that is coming in.
Now, viewers, Zialsing also noted that 260,000 Pfizer vaccine will be destroyed, and the method of destruction will be a process of incineration.
The number of those vaccines that we will have to then destroy will be about 260,000, as I indicated a couple of weeks ago. So that is what we will have in our hands, that we will have to not most likely, which we will have to incinerate. So that will be the method of destruction, incineration. They don't go to any public dump or anything like that. It will be on a process of incineration.
So now, viewers, the DRC is also telling the public that the booster program will continue as national can be boosted with any vaccine such as Sinopharm or Johnson & Johnson. So, your booster still functional. Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this. The Minister of Health, Terence Diazing, has dodged questions concerning video footage that shows there were possible breach of the public health regulations at a soca concert at the grandstand Queen's Park Savannah, Port of Spain, over the weekend. He was responding to a question about if the Ministry of Health concerned about breaches of the health regulation at recent carnival events. However, not quite answering the question, Diazing stated that the operation of safe zone and the conditions to be applied are clearly listed in regards to masking and 50% capacity. He stated that the responsibility of the operation of safe zone lies with the owner, operator of the event, and responsibility of the administration of the public health guidelines lies with TTPS. Listen to this.
The number of those vaccines that we will have to then destroy will be about 260,000, as I indicated a couple of weeks ago. So that is what we will have in our hands, that we will have to not most likely, which we will have to incinerate. So that will be the method of destruction, incineration. They don't go to any public dump or anything like that. It will be on a process of incineration.
Diazing was also asked, how often do the authorities review the rules of the safe zone, and if he is satisfied that the regulations are being adhered to? Let me tell you something. He can't answer that, you know. That he can't answer. He added that the ministry constantly reviews everything under the remit of the Ministry of Health, whether it is safe zone policies or hospitalization numbers.
Yes, we constantly review everything under the remit of the Ministry of Health, whether it's the safe zone policy, our hospitalization numbers, masking protocols, everything. Yeah, so it's a constant recalibration. We look at all the data available, and we make decisions. As last week we made a decision to allow the under 12s who are unvaccinated to go back in to safe zones. So there's a constant review, and just to reiterate, the application of the law for safe zones is a responsibility of the operator, owner, and the TTPS.
Now, viewers, according to the report on Saturday, despite the TTPS saying that they saw no breach of health regulation, various videos and photos of Taste of Carnival event over the weekend was subjected to strong condemnation, as many predicted a post-carnival spike in COVID-19 cases as a result of the activity. Look at that. No breach. What you call that? Terence, is that a breach? Where is Jacob? Jacob said he saw no breach. Jacob, what is that? What is that, Jacob? Oh, by all means, how they call that now? No breach, Terence? Safe zone, and Terence? That is safe zone. Terry boy? In the coming days, it's me and you. It's me and you. So viewers, there's lots more after this break.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies. We are conveniently located at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Or feel free to visit our newly opened branch at 132 Siparo Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Earn up to 2.5% interest on a 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670 or 242-7690. Our courteous staff will be happy to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
So welcome back, viewers. Before we go further, this is just a little something I'm telling you tonight, but we'll get the real info tomorrow. So viewers, in the month of March, Real Talk with Saieed Ali, on the 19th of March, we'll make it 4 years. Real Talk with Saieed Ali is a show on television. Started in Synergy 4 years back, and we're still on Synergy Network 4 years into the future. So on the 19th of March, it will make it 4 years that I am on television with Real Talk with Saieed Ali. So Real Talk Group of Companies is just a little sneaker, but I'll give you a lot more info tomorrow. Real Talk Group of Companies, from the 1st of March, will be offering the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago 3.5% on our fixed deposit system at Real Talk Financing and Investment Company. Yes, 3.5%. Why 3.5%? Real Talk Group of Company have decided to celebrate Real Talk with Saieed Ali 4th year being on television. Now, I'm a director of Real Talk Group of Companies and Real Talk Financing, together with Real Talk Security and Intelligence, together with Real Talk with Saieed Ali. All these are companies registered. So, Real Talk Financing and Investment Company, they are offering to you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, 3.5%. So, on 100,000 now, instead of you collecting 2.5%, which is 2,500, you're getting 3,500 per year on the same $100,000. We are here to lead. We are not here to follow. So viewers, I'll give you a little more about that on Tuesday the 1st of March. So you could contact your bank. Tell them you want to withdraw your cash. On top of that, you will get a little more info on this also tomorrow, Tuesday the 1st of March. Real Talk Group of Companies, we are keeping a food drive. It is the first for 2022. In 2021, we gave out an HSE Sport Range Rover. And we also give away an M3 Sport BMW. I'll come to that desk now. So viewers, tomorrow will be the 1st of March 2022, and we are giving away one of the newest model in Ford Ranger. New model Ford Ranger 2022. You would love it. That is just a little sneak peek for tomorrow night, viewers. What Real Talk Group of Companies doing, what Real Talk Financing is doing. That's just a little sneak tonight. So I want to go straight to this There's a family who lost their home in a fire yesterday morning and is now seeking assistance. So we have the video for this. Viewer, just take a look at this video. You get it now?
Hi, my name is Hayden Joseph. My house was destroyed by fire on this morning approximately at 3:30 a.m. The house was occupied by me, my daughter, and her 3 children, aged from 2 years to 10 years. I am kindly asking for any assistance anybody can offer, material, clothes, anything. I'm greatly appreciated. Thank you.
You can call the gentleman if you wish to assist him. That is 317-2913. So if you want to assist the gentleman, you can contact him on that number and you could find out where he is, and whatever assistance you can give him, it will be greatly appreciated to him and his family. You know, it's sad, you know, to lose a house in a time like this. Wow. It's really, really sad. So we have a little touching story here. Education Minister Dr. Nian Gasby-Dolly have suggested that social distancing in school could be less than 6 feet apart, as recommended by the US-based Center for Disease Control and Prevention, that is the CDC. Gasby-Dolly told the House of Representatives that most countries have spent or have sent their children back to school, and TNT must do likewise. Just remember, do so and like so, Keep that in mind. The minister stated that there is data regarding how social distancing affected the spread of COVID-19. And it was concluded that less than 3 feet distancing did not impact the spread of COVID-19. Listen to this. No video for it? Okay. Now, Gasby-Dolly added that if there is social distancing, then there will be a rotation which will not benefit students in having a full 5 days week of school. So hear this. Somebody ain't doing their maths with this COVID-19 thing, you know. The Elsing and the Ministry of Health is telling us, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, in this basket, you have to stay 6 feet in order to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Keep that in mind. I'm jumping across. On the other box, the Minister of Education, Gasby-Dolly, stated that there is data regarding social distancing affecting the spread of COVID-19, and it is concluded that less than 3 feet distancing did not impact the spread. So they want to have a 5-day school week. 5 days for the week, they want to send back our kids. While the Elsing telling us we must stay 6 feet apart. And then now we can be an asymptomatic carrier. We could be double dose COVID-19 vaccine and booster and still get COVID-19 like the AG did. And then now, restaurants become safe zone, bars become safe zone, they have safe zone set up for carnival, you could be asymptomatic, You have all the booster, all the shots, and you're still carrying COVID-19 like the AG. So, my dear Terence D.L. Singh, I had to say my dear. How safe is our safe zone? But yet you come out into the public domain and want to bamboozle the head of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, telling us there is a safe zone. Take off your mask once you're vaccinated. Go and have a nice time. So, Terence, could you give us just an insight of what is to come after Carnival? You must have a plan what is to come after Carnival. The reason why I am saying you must have a plan, listen this. About 6 weeks before changing the Point 14 COVID hospital back to a normal general hospital, you all implemented the 5-member panel to investigate hospitals and their treatment towards COVID-19 patients. You all will have into planning that you're going to change back COVID-19 hospital into general public hospital. You all will have that into plan. But approximately 6 weeks before that execution of that plan, you all executed a 5-member panel to investigate COVID-19 designated hospital into the way they treat COVID-19 patients. Just imagine that. That video? So listen to this, viewers.
A year-long set of data from 2 states, over 1 million children, and they looked at the social distancing and how that affected the spread of COVID. And one of their conclusions was that less than 3 feet distancing did not impact on a large increase in the spread of COVID-19. And that's significant for us to look at as we consider the transition back to the physical classroom. One of the things that causes a real complexity at this point in time is the fact that the schools cannot accommodate all of the students they used to if there's social distancing of 3 feet, which the CDC recommends, or even 6 feet. So when we speak to getting back to normalcy, we have to also consider those things that if there's social distancing, we're going to end up still having that type of rotation, which does not benefit our students in having a full 5-day week of school. So all of these things are being considered as we take our students back on this transition to the classroom, which is the major thing that will restore some level of equity in access to education. And Madam Speaker, I can say this, unless there is some major change in the health circumstances, and we don't know what's coming up, but unless there is some major change, our students are on the road back to physical school and we are not turning back.
All you hear that? So Terence, you have a competition. Is that how you do or you don't? Is that how you agree with Education Minister or you disagree? So the thing is, hear this now. The thing is, the Alsing said, if you have glass wine up in your car, you could get COVID. If you're traveling in your car, you could get COVID with the air condition on. So Terence, throw back the party. Throw back up the party there. I just want to enlighten Terence a little bit. The water fed? So Terence, I wonder if we could get COVID here. I wonder if we could get COVID there, Terence. Huh? After all, COVID is moved with sweat. COVID is moved with sweat. Terence, look at, oh my God, Terence, where are you there? Where are you, Terence? And then Jacob said, here, see no breach. I wonder if we're going to end up with our next carnival. How we going to call this one? Carnival COVID spread? Terrence, Trinidad and Tobago, when I tell you all this man have no knowledge, all I believe what I tell all you. Believe what I tell all you. God alone knows how this man survived as a pharmacist. God alone knows that. So sometimes I wonder, do we have a blind leading the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? Sometimes I wonder. And then first thing people go say, oh, Saieed, you bash. Let me tell you something, I don't come here to bash nobody. I come here to make sure they are held responsible. I am not bashing. The UNC have all rights and all responsibility to challenge the present administration into everything they do. The House Speaker, let me tell you something. See that House Speaker, there's two speakers in the House. Christine, and what's the other one? Anisette. Now I'm going to tell you something. Those two speakers supposed to be independent speakers, not taking sides. But today we have two speakers who actually pick sides. But I will tell you something. Long time old folks used to say, do so and like so. You will find a bandit. Study robbing. One day police will catch up with him. And when they catch up with him, he just have to pay for all the robbery that took place in the neighborhood. So to the House Speakers and them, continue picking sides, and one day, when the good Lord is ready, I want to see which side you will be picking on. So as a man is moved with faith, as a man is moved with power, nobody don't have to give me power, God is giving me power. And that's why I stand here bold and brave. And I just tell anybody, you want to burn my skin, come forward. Come and burn Saieed's skin. And I will show you what burn skin is feel like. All I just do nothing. I go buy my candle. Now when you use a Hindu one time to pray, you go light your diya. You go put your wick, you go full your oil and you go light it and you go pray. I go light my light, but just in a different way. Just in a different way. You see, I was talking to I was telling the public, careful, ministers get an accident, What did they all sing? Not long after, about a week and a half, they all sing and up in an incident. Be careful. The two speakers we have in the house, all you pick inside. Let me tell you something. The day is coming. I want to see whose side all will pick on. And I'm telling all of that. Just how I say, hey, I'm working on something, Boom, legislation and amendment. And hold on, speakers. All your day coming. I want to see which side all go pick on. So viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, tomorrow we'll hear more about the 3.5% Real Talk Financing and Investment companies offering you on your fixed deposit system. Remember, we're a money lending financial institution. We are licensed. Real Talk Group of Companies also. We're going to keep a food drive. We are giving away a 2020 Ford Ranger. That's the newest model. Tomorrow we're going to show up at your fit and we're going to give you some more insights on it. So viewers, you can make an arrangement with your bank. Go down, tell them, you want to take out your money. You want to transfer it to so and so. But contact me before you do that. 3.5%. No other institution is giving you 3.5% on a fixed deposit. Why we are doing this? Because we are leaders, we are not followers, and Real Talk Financial and Investment Company is celebrating 4 years of Real Talk with Saieed Ali on Synergy Network without having to shift or to wonder of who will fund the program. I do it myself with the blessings of God. So until we meet again, viewers, Allah kiba ilanta rohomazil kibi illa anna zurkuba illa le'inna. When God blessing you, is to count your blessings and watch your growth. Illa amba kinar atus. I am Saieed Ali, and you're viewing Real Talk with Saieed Ali.